head. Wow, the lighting is really strange right at this very moment. It's really me, you run A with an A. And a welcome back to Fattie McFatville Friday.
The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better I feed her, the better I feed her, the bigger the figure, the better the figure, the more I can love her. The bigger the figure, the better I like her, the better I like her, the better.
What's up, everybody? I think I got rid of the glare. There's like, I'm out here in the she shed, and there's like this little teeny windows. You know, I think there's one. No, there's not one. It's only on that side, of course. See, if I come over here, there it is. Now that's not so bad, but it was just like really bad right here. But I think I fixed it. What's up, peoples? How's everybody doing on this Friday? Hope everybody is blessed as always. Well, let's talk about my week as always. That's why we're here, isn't it? Not very eventful, I have to say. I have stuck to my plan, of course, and I did have a few victories this week. I did it twice. I walked the 3-mile video. 3! Okay, so the first time I walked the 3, and if you're new watching this, it took me 7 months to get to the exercising part of my diet. That's been a very big struggle for me. Finally, just finally, with almost 60 pounds gone, I'm getting my butt in gear to exercise. So I do Richard Simmons every now and again, which sounds really funny. I don't actually do Richard Simmons, but I do his videos, and I think there's an ant crawling on me. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Ah! Hold on. Okay, anyhow, back to what I was saying. Yeah, out here in the camper, and there's creatures. This is the time for creatures. There's ants. I've had wasps. Thank God I don't have the mice. I've had mice in the house. I mean, my goodness, it is time for critters. Anyway, that was a side note. Back to my walking video. Took me 7 months to exercise, and I do the Richard Simmons videos sometimes. But I got bored with that. It's like, how did I get bored with Richard Simmons? But I did. Because I just couldn't finish the videos. It's too many movements, I think, for me. I like plain and simple sometimes. I love the music. That's why I've liked his videos before in the past. Love all the songs because I'm a music person. Love all different types of music. But I just think on there's some videos that I really like of his that I haven't rebought and got to work because most of them are VHS. I just didn't purchase the DVDs like I needed to because I like Dance Your Pants Off and something else that I do like to do. But these ones that I had, it's just way too many motions. Like, I can't even, and I've done it over and over, and I just can't keep up with it, and I just like, forget it. Just didn't intrigue me as much. So it made me lazy and not want to do anything at all. So I went a different route, and I had heard about Leslie Sanson. Am I saying it right? I think so. Maybe not. I don't know. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you look up walking at your house, walking at home, Leslie, those will come up. There's bunches of them. You can do 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 miles, 4 miles. I think there's even a 5-mile one. God bless your souls if you can do the 5-mile thing. Goodness. And they're 15-minute miles. So it's pretty quick. I can't ever do that out when I walk the trails. I don't walk a mile in 15 minutes. I mean, that's hoofing it. It takes me forever. But with her video, I can keep up with her. The motions are simple. It's just side steps, knees up, you know, and if you can't get those, do them all that she does, then you just keep marching to the beat of the music and you're walking those miles. I love it. And I love her personality, and she motivates, at least me. I mean, each to their own. I've said that this whole time. This is my journey, my opinions. I'm no expert. I'm just an expert by experience because I'm living this. I'm living the fat people thing. That is just what works for me, and it may not work for you. But I'd like to let you know about it because it may definitely work for you. It's been easier for me. This month already, I think I have walked like 27 to 29 miles, and I still have a week left. That is tremendous for me. For other people, that might be nothing, but for me, that is amazing. I started out doing just the 2 miles, about 6 miles a week, 6 to 8 miles a week. This week, I did the 3-mile video twice. Now, the first time I did it, which was Tuesday, it doesn't matter, whenever it was, I trekked right through it. I thought, okay, I geared myself up all day. I was like, I know I need to get my workout in. I'm going to go for the 3-miler. So I did. And the first 2 miles are hoofing it. I mean, you get your heart rate up quick. It's cardio, aerobic style. You're burning some calories. And she says it all the time. That's why I'm saying it. I'm quoting Leslie. And then the last mile kind of is a little bit slower, a little bit easier. Still hoofing it. And before I know it, I've walked 3 miles in, 48 minutes. The 2-mile one that I do most of the time is 33 minutes. So in no time, I mean, we sit on the couch and we waste 30 minutes after 30 minutes, hours after hours, sometimes just on our phones, watching TV, doing nothing but staring at the wall sometimes. So it's just motivating yourself, getting yourself in that habit of doing that, and then it will happen eventually. Says the one that it took 7 months. But hey, it will happen eventually. I didn't say how long. It'll take some time. At least for me it has. So I'm glad to finally have that part in there because I really want to tone up. You know, it's going to happen anyhow when you lose tremendous amounts of weight. 100 clowns plus, 100 pounds plus, you will have loose skin. We see the pictures all the time. I'm looking it up all the time. I don't know if y'all do this, but I'm always trying to find someone with the same body shape that I have and who was like the same weight that I was, and then to see if they lose about the same amount that I want to lose, and I want to see how loose their skin was. I've totally done that. And I've even like pulled at my stomach even now after about losing 60 pounds. I'll pull at it and see, is it loose yet? Not really. Not really there yet. But I want to tone up. Thank goodness I really have not had like huge arms. My arms are not like, I know some people who gain weight, their arms get really big. My weight has been mostly in my stomach. And I know I'll have like a little flap thing. Come on, Nat. Ah! So I know it's going to happen, but I want to do what I can to help tone that up. And I feel myself getting stronger. I really do. And it's helped me click off into these 280s. And I'm just like blown away. All the time I'm thinking, I'm really doing this. It's really happening. I'm really conquering this weight loss pound by pound. Oh, what a great feeling it is. So I did the 3 miles. Then I did it again. I did the 2 miles the next day because I just couldn't handle the 3 miles again. Then I did the 3 miles last night. And that, my friends, was a struggle. Whoa, I struggled through that 3 miles. I fought it every tooth and nail, thinking in my mind, battlefield of the mind up here, that's where it all lies. The mindset. I didn't want to do it. It has been very rainy here. And if any of y'all suffer from arthritis, sciatica, anything, or even if you're over the age of 30, mine started at the age of 30, or in my late 20s, really. And a lot of that did have to do with the amount of weight that I had on me as well. I mean, you can have sciatica, arthritis, back pain. It doesn't matter what size you are. You can be a skinny mini and have it. But I know my weight did add to it and did not help it. But I did this week, because of the rain and storminess we've had since the weekend, I have felt like the Tin Man. Have y'all felt that way? You're just like I need an oil can. I totally felt like I was shutting down, even with doing the exercise. I've had the back pain, I've had the sciatica, I've had Charlie horses in my legs that I haven't had in a long time. You know, it's just been one thing. My knuckle here, I have a little, like a nodule inside of there. It's from the work I've done. Maid service, I'm constantly spraying bottles, squeezing out rags. I use my hands. Use my hands all the time. For years I have. And this has been swollen. I can barely, put it down. It's just, so many things that can get you off track, can get you sidetracked, and not want to work through your pain. Well, I worked through it. It was hard. The sciatica almost took me down the ground. But I worked through it, and after that, I felt great. And when Leslie said, this is so sad, confession time, when Leslie says, because she announces every time, you've walked a mile now, and you're still going, you've walked 2 miles. Then when she got to the 3 mile, and she said, you have officially walked 3 miles, I cried. I did. I was like, yeah. Totally had a Jesus moment, like I was at the altar, and the Holy Ghost was hitting me. Those of you Church of God people or Pentecostals will understand that. Yeah, I was. Yes. Yeah, that was me. When she said that, I could have went through the screen and gave Leslie the biggest kiss and hug ever. Yes, but I did it. I conquered it, and I feel great. Feels so good. And when I got on those scales last Friday, that was a great feeling to be 288.1. I feel blessed. I really do. Of the strength that you have within inside of you. You have it too. So if you are watching this is what I want to say this week. And I've said it before, but I want to say it again. So there may be someone different watching who has not watched me before, or you may be struggling. You may have been trying to do this diet thing not now, Nat, this diet thing for a very long time. I have been there. I have tried to diet for years, and it has not worked. It has not worked until now. This is the longest I have ever stayed on a diet. Here we are, ending the 7th month of this year, and I started in January, going into the 8th month. And I'm hoping this week, maybe, and if it's okay, if I haven't lost 60 pounds yet this week, next week shall come. It shall come very soon, and it will come eventually. If I just keep on the track and stay persistent, it will happen. I will be okay with just a pound or a few ounces, whatever it is. I know it'll be something because I have stayed the course this week. I really have. I've given it my best. But if you're where I was months ago, I weighed almost 350 pounds, and I knew something had to be done because it was becoming a struggle, a very, very hard struggle just for my day-to-day life. Start now. I know so many times when the new year rolled around, New Year's resolutions and all this mumbo jumbo, I'd make a promise to myself, and then within 3 months, I was quit. So by the time it came this time in the year, the 7th month into July, I had already gorged myself and gained everything I had lost back and some, and I was feeling miserable. Feeling so down, feeling like a failure, feeling like I'm going to be this way for the rest of my life. I'm never going to change. Feeling like I'm so far behind now, there's no way I can make this up. And here I am, a I've almost lost 60 pounds in 7 months. You can do it. You can so do it. Don't let another year pass by. Don't let another 7 months pass by, because guess what, my friends? It passes by quick. You think, oh no, it's going to take me 2 years to lose this weight. It's going to take me this long. Yes, it may take you that long. But if you never begin, you never get the clock rolling. You never get the time clock a-going. You got to start at some time. Start now. There's no time like the better, there's no time than now to start. So just get it rolling. I'm here for you. I understand. I totally get it. And it's hard. It is so hard. But you will look back and you will think, wow, I'm doing it. It is happening. Finally. And take your time. I've took my time these 7 months, because I've lost 60 pounds, 65 pounds in 3 months before. Just kind of, I was on sort of a diet plan, but I mostly starved myself and didn't do it right. And I did get my mind right. That's what we've talked about a lot here too, is getting your mind set, getting your mind right. Yeah, it's about making healthy choices in the food we eat and changing up our diet and exercise, because that makes weight loss, right? Of course. But what also makes weight loss is the other part, which is up here, is emotional, is psychological. We forget those parts sometimes. Analyzing our lives. What's in our lives that doesn't fit? What is causing us to overeat like we do? What makes us choose the choices we make? Sometimes it's not just because, it's just because I like that food. It's because I want that food. I love the pizza, and yeah, of course, I love it. Yes, most people do. But in those times when I'm gorging myself or emotional eating, there's other reasons behind it besides my hunger, besides me trying to fuel my body. And that's a big thing I've been trying to grasp these months, is food is fuel, not therapy. And realizing that for many years I have used it for therapy. And I'm still not totally well. I'm not, my friends. I am not. I get on here and say my week was good and this and that, but I still have struggled mentally a lot of times. Oh yes, and I've told you about it on here too, of course. I have still struggled mentally, and sometimes I want to gorge myself, and sometimes I want to emotionally eat. Let me tell you about my Friday nights, okay? This hasn't happened a whole lot. It's been more so happening up in here. Sometimes I don't act upon it. But sometimes after I do my weigh-ins, I feel like I can cheat. Oh yeah, has anybody else been there and done that? Okay. Sometimes I feel like, that gives me a little room, a little give and take, that I can just eat what I want tonight because I just weighed in. I have a whole nother week before I get on this video. I have a whole nother week before I weigh in. I'll make that up. But that's not, I think sometimes in certain situations, like when I went to Hippie Fest or I went to see my friends and different stuff like that, I've had a few little cheat things, of course, and indulged and in the moment with my friends. But then the thing is, I've gotten right back on track right when I've come back. You can have vacations, you can have things like that, but you need to know your limits, and then you need to have your mind set that reality will come back when I come back from these trips or these little small vacations or friend times or parties, that I need to get back on track and not overdo it. That's where we need to be at when we're on this journey. Totally. That is exactly where we need to be at. But a lot of times on Friday nights, I think it's my time to gorge. Last Friday night, I indulged in a pack of Oreos. A single pack. 6 cookies and milk. I can't have the milk. I can't have the Oreos. But I ate them. And I had something else too. What was it? See, now I don't even remember. The main thing was the Oreos. I thought, what does it matter? And it was late at night and I went right to bed. So not good. So not good. So confession. There's my confession. Will it affect my weight loss this week? Maybe not. It's very minute, very small. But in the scheme of things, for me, it's mental. It's very mental because, and I was by myself. Everyone had gone to bed. I was out in the living room alone. So it was almost like a secret thing. It's like anything you have to do in secret where no one's around and you won't do it while they're around. There's something wrong with that. That means it's not right. So that's my Oreo secret. Now y'all know. I think I could gorge on this, and it's not always just Oreos. Of course, I love Oreos, but it's not just always that. It's whatever's around in there, and I can't pull everything out of my house because I do have a 6-year-old child, and she can have those things, and my husband as well. So I have to be more on my guard and say, no, I can't touch those things. I can't have it. So I'm working on it. That's what this is all about. It's a process of working on it every day. I'm going to have to give a shout out just quick here, and then we're going to do the weigh-in because I will just jabber. Y'all know this. I am in a weight loss group called A Better Way. And if y'all have not watched Totally Kathy yet, please, I will put her link down below. Please subscribe to her. She is awesome. Kathy, I love you to death, gal. She is such a great encourager. She's going through the weight loss journey herself. So she knows all about it. We don't want to listen to somebody who hasn't been there. I don't care how much schooling you've done in it. If you haven't went through it yourself, I don't want to hear from you. That's just how I am. I'm like, did you go through it? Well, then you don't really know how we feel, right? That's why I'm here. I'm going through it, and I've went through it. Kathy has went through it for many, many years. She understands. She knows. She's lived the life. She was Richard Simmons' spokesgal back in the 90s. She has totally lived this life, and she understands tremendously everything about it, and she always has the words to say. I'm telling you, her and this other lady named Tammy, they head up this weight loss group, and it's already started. We're 2 weeks in now, and it goes for 8 weeks, but after that, you will be able to join. So if you subscribe to her channel called A Better Way, and she will be talking about it on there, I'm sure, as it gets closer for the new people to come onto that group. But she is just so awesome. And all the people who are in that group, there's Nancy, there's Deborah, I hope I get everybody, Ingrid, Lisa, Tammy, me, and Kathy. Is that everybody? If I miss someone, there's other people on the page too. Maybe Marilyn and Sue or Sally. Sue or Sally. There's somebody else on there, and they're not on the call. But they are all so awesome, and they're all, of course, dealing with weight loss, dealing with this journey as well. So supportive. That is what it's all about right there. If you're wanting to start this journey, find people who you can talk to, who are on this same journey as you are. I'm telling you, it helps out so much to get a phone call or a text from people who are going through the same thing. It puts me right back on track. I got someone thinking about me. I got somebody that cares about me. Oh, tremendous. So please, if you're not watching Totally Kathy, you better jump over there and watch her right now, okay? I'm telling you, she's a great lady. So sweet. And can motivate. And just, I don't know, she's just got the answers. I know she got the answers for everything. But just about, I'm telling you that Kathy, you are something, and you're something amazing. You just keep it up. You're inspiring so many. Don't ever think you're not, because you are, honey. You are, and you're inspiring me. So please, go check out Totally Kathy. All right. Here we go. Here we go. That was really my week. And I've done my shakes twice a day. And I've had just a simple dinner. Besides those Oreos last Friday. And I had some peanuts throughout, which I'm okay with having peanuts. I've done that the whole time. I love peanuts. Yeah, that's pretty much all. And I've had lots of pork rinds this week. that's within my diet. I do feel guilty sometimes eating some of those things that I know is kind of junk, but we'll see. Weighing time, weighing time. It's time to weigh in and see how I've been. Yo, yo, yeah, yeah. Let's see how I did.